Okay, so let's look at finding an assertion and data. So when you start to find assertion and data, you first need to identify your claim or thesis, and that's going to be found somewhere in the beginning. But as you see here, symbols matter, which is why it's important to acknowledge that our truest national emblem isn't an eagle or a dollar sign or even a handgun, though each would have its proponents. This actually has nothing to do other than introduce this, so we haven't found our thesis yet. No one I see no, I see a partially unwrapped Twinkie, draped alluringly in cellophane. So now we have metaphor here, surrounded by sports drinks or takeout pizza, studded with Fritos, a single slice drawn forth. So we have all of this imagery, and it talks about it being a metaphor for our shared devotion to fat, but it doesn't actually give us a thesis yet. So until I find my thesis, I still don't have an assertion. I still don't have any data. Our national symbol, in other words, really ought to be a snack. Once a rare treat associated with special events as fairs and birthday parties, snacking is now something akin to a national sport. In a recent article about soaring sales of snack foods, the Wall Street Journal cited government data showed only 10% of Americans snacked on 3 or more times a day. In the late 1970s, the figure had risen to 56%. So let's move on still, because now we have some data, we have some logos. Can it really be that low? Snacks seem to be everywhere. So that's really what it is snacks seem to be everywhere. So let's go ahead and take that and highlight it. So that's our first piece. Snacks seem to be everywhere. Now that we have that idea, now we need to move on. We need to move on and find assertion and data. There are multiple places you can find assertions, and there are multiple places to find data. You want to look within the same paragraph when you have assertion and data. So many snacks are nutritionally dubious, yet increasingly they are crowding the traditional breakfast, lunches, and dinners. So that would be our next piece here, is many snacks are nutritious. So I could use this, if I want, and make that my assertion. And then if I need to find data, it's got to be in the same paragraph. About half of all Americans replace meals with snacks at least 3 or 4 times a week. Done. There's my data. Assertion, which does go back and support the idea that snacks are everywhere, and data that supports that there's an increase in people eating more than just the 3 meals a day.